This is lesson 1-4 continued. So let's try a few more numbers. What is the population of San Diego? Let's go ahead and fill that in. So you should have written 8 in the ones place, 4 in the tens, 3 in the hundreds, 8 in the thousands, 3 in the 10,000s, 3 in the 100,000s, and 1 in the millions. Go back and make sure you put your commas in the right place. Every 3, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. Is this number closer to 1 million or 2 million? Read the number to yourself again. 1 million, that's the only number in front of this comma, so 1 million. These three numbers we say together, 338, and it stops in the thousands, so it's 338,000. And then these three numbers together, 348. Is it closer to the 1 million or is it closer to 2 million? Hopefully you know it's 1 million. And how do we know? Well, if this was on a number line, and I had 1 million here, and it's telling me to round the millions, that means that I go up by a million. So if this is 1 million, because that's a 1, so this is a 1, I go up by a million. This end is 2 million. Halfway would be 1,500,000. Because my first two numbers, 1, 5, are the halfway point, and this is 1, 3, that means I would plot this down on this side. So it goes down to the 1 million. About how many people lived in Los Angeles? Let's record this number also on our place value chart. Again, you should write as I'm writing and make sure you're understanding. The first 9 farthest to the right goes in the ones place, the next 9 in the tens, the 7 in the hundreds, the 7 in the thousands, the 5 in the 10,000s, the 8 in the 100,000s, and the 3 in the millions. Well, because it's in the millions, I know my comma already goes here. 1, 2, 3, thousands always goes there, and my last number. Okay? Let's say that number together. Whisper say it. 3 million, there's my comma, that tells me I need a word, 857,799. If we're going to round this in the millions place, and I'm underlining it here, a good way to know how to round it is to look at this 8 and ask yourself, what will that 8 do to that 3? If that 8 is 5 or above, we round the number next to it, to the left of it, up. So that is 5 or above. So that 8 tells me I need to round this up to 4. Once I round the number I've underlined, 4, everything after it becomes zeros. So it would round up to 4 million. So how can we write a comparison number sentence representing this? Comparing these two. Well, we're going to write the first number we wrote down first, 1,338,348 is less than, because the little pointy end, tiny, goes to the tinier number, the wide open end, the big end, goes to this side. So is less than 3,857,799. Very good. The table at the top of your journal, page 9, shows the 2000 and 2000 census populations of 11 U.S. cities. Select some of the populations to practice with. Ask yourself, what are the values of these various digits? And how could I write a comparison number sentence representing this? You should pause the tape now and at least do that 2 or 3 times comparing two numbers. If you are totally lost at this point, stop the tape, walk back to my desk, and ask me to do a few with you. If you've finished this and understand this completely, I want you to go to Math Journal page 9. This is going to ask you to correctly identify numbers and values of digits through the 100,000s in problems 1 through 3. I want you to record the numbers on a place value chart and point to the corresponding headings, which is ones, tens, 100,000s, to identify the values of those digits. When you completed page 9, please walk back to the table, bring it to me, or if Mrs. Voorhees is not busy, you may take it to her. Once you've completed with me and you went back to your desk, you get to find a student to play the game, Playing Fishing for Digits. This is where you're going to find the directions in your student reference book, your SRB, on page 259, and you're going to need to go into your file folder and find your Math Masters loose leaf page G7. This game is going to combine place value and calculator skills. You're going to need to identify digits and whole numbers and express their values. So look at the game directions in your SRB page 259. And if you don't get this with your partner, come back and I'll play a sample round and model using the record sheet so you know what to do with the calculator. All right, after you've finished a game of that, I also want you to play Subtraction Top It. This is kind of the advanced version. Again, you're going to go into your student reference book, page 275, and you're going to need to get out Math Masters, page G2 from your file folder, and with the same person, play an advanced version of Subtraction Top It. That's going to help you to practice multiple digit subtraction. I'm going to have you record several rounds because students really seem to struggle with subtracting large numbers. If you need me again to model it, come back to the table and I'll do a couple rounds so you and your partner know how to play. Pause the tape though so it doesn't continue playing while you're back there with me. All right, now that you've played the games, I want you to go to your math boxes, which is page 10 in your math journal. I want you to complete them, go to the answer key and correct them. And then I want you to get your Math Masters, page 18, out of your file and complete that and turn it in the basket so that I can correct that for you. And I'm going to back you up 1 second. If you went and got that, it's okay. But I also want you to do Math Journal, page 9. I believe I said that, but that's what's showing on your screen right now. That's what it should look like. This is the one you're bringing back to me to correct. So you should do that, bring it back to me, and then I'll correct it, and then go forward and play the games. Here are the pages you'll be looking for in your file. So think, outside of school, where might you find numbers in the millions? Start paying attention to road signs. A lot of times as you're entering cities, it'll give you the population, and you may see populations that are in the millions. Here in Iowa, most of your populations are going to be in the hundreds, thousands, or hundred thousands. But if you get into bigger cities like New York City, Chicago, look for that sign alongside the road, and it will sometimes give you the populations. This is the end of lesson 1-4.